Alright folks, we're about halfway through here in the Bakeridge SoCal Doubles title match. Right now it's a big lead for Kevin Valmonte's team. Let's see if Myers can cut out to that. He can make it 3 in a row here. Wow. Oh! What knocked that 5 pin over on the way back? Meanwhile, let's see if Valmonte can respond with 6 in a row for his team. You betcha, boy. They are not separated at birth, but they are both striking at will right now as both Kevin and Wes look locked in on opposite sides of the lanes. That's front 6. Nonetheless, that was a huge break for Myers to keep his team in the match. Taylor King now, a little wide right. Oh, we got a lot of bowlers doing all the commentating for me.
Dad told me to do that.
Beautiful shot from Carol. Jump! Carol, how many times do we have to tell you to jump? A little better shot at the spare from Taylor, and Taylor's frustrated. Oh, those King family tempers striking again. She's going to go think about it for a little while. Let's see Chui make this spare. Come on, Carol. Hang on, bowling ball. No, look how quickly that ball hooks on the right side. The right side of the lane, as soon as I hit about 30 feet, that ball would have hooked into lane 32. That was a good lesson how dry they are right now. So Wesley has looked absolutely dialed in. Mark's gotten a couple breaks, and Riley's looked pretty dialed in too. So still anybody's game here in the scratch division. Nonetheless, this is Wesley looking for front 7 for his team. Remember, this is alternating shots. Literally off the approach to get the ball speed. Oh, that looks sweet. Holy cow, make it 7 in a row. Oh, thank you very much. Well, just what I wanted. Shoo, makes a great holiday present. So Riley pretty much must strike to keep his team in the match at this point. Still strike out as a team for 259. One time. Oh, one time for them. 69 back, sorry. 69 says the stat department. Again correcting me. Correctly correcting me though. Oh, and their 5 pin wiggles and doesn't fall down. I still don't know how Myers is reverse Brooklyn 5. Well, you're correct, so that's good. And a little Brooklyn for Spector. Not over yet in the handicap division either. You just don't even know when Elias and Carol are going to mark. As badly as they've struggled. Oh, as badly as they've struggled, they're going to be right in this match at the end. What do you have through 7 frames? What's your score through 7 frames? What's letter D's score through 7?
102.
102 with a strikeout.
Thank you. 79. 79 to 8 for the other team, right?
I can't see. I didn't either. They got 70 or
Yeah, we're on like the 20th game on these screens, and they put out some pretty funky color combinations, so it's really hard to see the scores from back here. Really easy to see the scores for letter Y, though, because there is nothing but X's all the way through. Travis, you can see clearly?
Yes.
You know what?
No, I'm good.
You know what? You're gonna sit
I'm good. No, I'm
You're
good.
gonna just, you know,
do the statistician now.
start
Tell you what's going on.
start talking, Mario.
Mario.
Let's see if Myers can get it. Line to the pocket. Yeah. Yeah, you betcha. No quitting this team as Myers capitalizes on the 2 Brooklyns and gets that flush hit to carry. That gives them 5 in a row and keeps the pressure on Valmonte. My goodness, good stuff here. Can he answer? Look out.
Oh my god. What?
Oh my god.
Well, can it carry like Mark, please?
Come on, King.
You tell him. All right, cover it up.
I know Taylor's frustrated, but I think the plastic ball is totally the right move. But it's not a move that, you know, is usual for a person like Taylor to have to make to dial it down that bad. It's a different set of adjustments. She has to keep her head in this because her team is definitely still in this match. ninth frame for king. Valmonte picks up his spare, and we're gonna have a potential situation there in scratch. Oh boy, and just Taylor. Just feel bad for her right there. That's a rough open for her. That gives their team 128 through 9. Carol with a mark would have her team theoretically within 30 and getting 43. Well, let's see what she can do here in the ninth. Oh boy. Boy, Carol's thrown some really nice shots in this match and just hasn't gotten all the carry. And this 7-pin, I'm curious to see how she's going to shoot this with that big curveball. Here's low. Oh, tilts out the 5. After just flushing a couple shots, just gets the 5 to lean over at the tail end. Carol at the 7, yeah, that was going to be a tough one for her no matter what. So that gives them 88 through 9. Carol's team, get this guys, Carol's team trails by 40 and getting 43. So they are 3 pins in the lead with both teams on opens and looking like a mark is going to be tough. So that's going to be a really interesting handicap finish. Now in the scratch division, like we said, Dempsey can set up the 9th frame here. They still have room for 269. Wesley and Kevin can strike out for 279 on an absolute dead dirt grind pattern. This is going to be interesting. Oh! Trips out that 4. Wow, my goodness. All right, it is all down to Elias in the handicap division now. It's head pin. Oh! Comes up with the strike in the 10th. That is an absolutely enormous strike. They're leading by 3, so Jamie's got essentially to beat what Elias does in this 10th frame by 3 total pins. So let's see what happens. And she comes up with the Brooklyn strike. Teams that are collectively on 88 and 128 respectively, each their anchor bowler strikes in the 10th. Can Elias do it again? That 8's enough because no. The 8 forces the strike, right?
Yes.
Yes. All right. The 8 forces enough to force the strike. I'm getting excited. Jamie has to strike to win the tournament. It's gonna be a Brooklyn. Not to be. And from out of nowhere, Torres' strike in the 10th frame is in fact going to be enough to pull it out for his team. Are you kidding me? Oh, an angry winner. I think he has no clue.
I don't think he knows.
If he's still angry, we don't give him the title. Great effort by Jamie and Taylor in that title match. That was a brutal pattern to have to deal with this on. We'll see her again, but it's Carol and Elias taking it down. Oh, did you figure out your arithmetic?
What? Yes, he finally figured it out.
All right. Here we go with the scratch, guys. You couldn't really see it with Kevin's head blocking that, but the crowd reaction tells the story. That's his 3rd out of 4 Brooklyn strikes, another wacky carry, and now with that 7-bagger, they are essentially tied. Right now, Myers would go 9 spare for 258, correct? Kevin has spare strike for 259 right now. So if Kevin can strike on this ball, they're going to win the tournament. Anything less than it is anybody's game. It's got to be a mental challenge for Kevin, who, by the way, is, had no problem achieving that challenge to deal with his opponent throwing these Brooklyns. Does he have one more good shot in him for the win? And he trips out the 7-pin. Wow! Still not done. Now it's back in Myers' court. Valmonte's now 9 spare for 268, and Porter can still strike out for 269. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see who lets whom finish here at the very end. This is to get into the 260s, where Kevin already is. Way wider. Way wider. That ball had to wheel and roll out. It did both things. That puts them in the 260s. This might come down to count. Okay. Looks like Mark's going to let Kevin go first. Now, for sure, if Kevin strikes, they win. So they'll be in the 270s. If Kevin doesn't strike, count will be everything. because he's 9 spare for 268, which means Porter would have to strike in the fill ball to win. If they tie, let's not even worry about that. This ball for the win.
What? Yeah!
Oh my God.
Oh, Wesley's low. Oh, it's okay, Wesley.
Solid 8 for Valmonte. Mark has thrown good shots and he has thrown bad shots. They've all struck. He now needs 10 of them to fall right here for the win. How many 8 pins has Riley Dempsey been involved with in his JBT career? Strike win, 9. Kevin would need to spare it for the tie at 268. This for a title.
Come on, buddy! Yeah! Wesley, oh, I feel bad.
Unbelievable finish in Canoga.
I feel bad.
You,
Go apologize to Wesley.
you can't feel worse for Wesley and Kevin. They both did literally everything they could. That solid 8 is just a bowler's nightmare, the perfect shot. And what can you say? If you're watching this, you're probably a bowler. When they get dead dirt like this, you really have to make shots, and just everybody couldn't have come through better. It's going to be a 269 to 268 thriller here in Canoga. My goodness. Hopefully they're about to give these guys a huge round of applause. They all deserve it. Unbelievable finish. We'll hand out the awards to all these deserving finalists. We will talk to you again. You got to watch these videos,
That was for Jerry.
I'm sorry, Wesley.
That was for Matt Herbert.
Whatever you want right now after that.
Wesley,
Oh, is
I'm
it
sorry.
No, it's on.
That was for Matt Herbert.
Really? What did he do
One
to
time
deserve
for
for
the
that?
family.
There you
Family.
go.
Yeah,
Matt
family
Herbert.
boys.
Very nice.
Next weekend.
Riley,
Yes.
8,
Yeah.
and Mark,
4, baby.
They're exactly 4 apart.
there you go.
Hey, that's for Gold Coast right
Oh yeah, that one is not escaping.
Yeah.
Can you do flex?